All right, I know there's going to be some fans out there for analog spectrum analyzers, so I thought I'd give you some more footage here. So I have a 100 megahertz signal coming in here with some AM modulation on it. Now the way this is set up is I'm pulling off the sweep trigger on channel 1 and triggering on that, and then channel 2 is looking at the video signal from the spectrum analyzer. So this is what you would see in a normal situation. You'd have a plug-in on the bottom and a scope on the top, and sometimes they'd be side by side, but I think on this one they were top to bottom. Anyway, so it's kind of similar. You have to ignore this peak and this peak here. Those happen at the refresh times of this sweep. So this is during sweep time. It's almost like the horizontal refresh or vertical refresh on a television. You just have to ignore those two things. This is the signal here, okay? And we can change the sweep time here. Now this is an analog scope or analog spectrum analyzer, so it has drift. It's not digitally synthesized, and there's a voltage going into a YAG oscillator, and it drifts with temperature, it drifts with time, it just drifts. And so there's a knob down here that's coarse tuning for the frequency and one that's fine tuning for the frequency. So you're constantly reaching down here and twiddling the fine knob to get it back in the center, again. The Tiny IMSAI is much better in that respect. It's a digitally synthesized clock, so it stays solid and doesn't drift off. Anyway, so I have a 10 kilohertz tone in there right now. Let's go down to 7, 5, 3. So it's barely resolving at 3. Let's zoom in a little bit. So, you know, you're starting to see the side lobes at 3 kilohertz. We'll go back to 5. So at 5 kilohertz, it's doing a very respectable job. Now I don't remember what the resolution bandwidth is on this particular model. This is the 8558B. I think it's. No, I would need to check the data sheet. But this is what AM modulation looks like. Let's look at FM modulation. I'll put this back to 10. I'll go to FM modulation. And we're kind of zoomed in too far, so we'll go out. So this is what FM modulation looks like. So FM modulation is frequency of modulation and span of FM. So I can adjust both here. So I can make the span of the modulation bigger. So it's occupying more bandwidth, but it is actually modulating the same tone. And the spectrum's going to shape of the spectrum's going to change depending on the, let's set it here to, this is 30 kilohertz of bandwidth. This is 10 kilohertz of modulation. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So here's a kilohertz modulation. So you can kind of see that this is the bandwidth of the channel. This is like your FM channel on your radio. That's how much space it occupies. And let's see, what else can I do here? Let's go back to, let's modulate at 5. Let's modulate at 10. Better looking picture. So here's 10 kilohertz of frequency. And see, we're drifting off again. So every once in a while I have to reach down here and tweak it. All right, let's go back to a single carrier. Let me turn off the modulation, so now we have a single carrier. And let's see if we can overdrive the input. So right now I have it at 20 dB of attenuation. There's 10. There's, yeah. I'm not able to over modulate it with a CW carrier. Let me turn AM on. So with an AM signal, we're off screen here. There we go. So with an AM signal, let's go ahead and change the. See if we can overdrive it. Oh, maybe I was going the wrong direction. I'm sorry. Might have been going the wrong direction. So here we're starting to overdrive a little bit on the right-hand side. And there we're definitely overdriving it. We have a bunch of harmonics in there. Let me go to a single carrier again. I think I went the wrong way last time. So here's no modulation. Let's go down. No, CW is fine. I don't get many products with CW modulation. It wants to be about there. And we'll turn the AM back on. And now we're not seeing anything. How come? What happened to our modulation? 50%. AM, 10 kilohertz, 100 kilohertz. Oh, there it is. What happened? When I wasn't looking, it came back, so I don't know what happened. I must have pushed the wrong button. Anyway, the analog spectrum analyzers have a very nice, clean-looking appearance to them, which is kind of nice. They are sweeping real time, and there's no digitization of anything. If you're curious how I'm connected up here, I think I've showed it in another video, but I have one scope probe here and one scope probe back here, and I'm inputting power. I have it hardwired in the back, plus 15 and minus 12.6, and that's all that's required to run this thing. So let me show you where I'm probing. Probing on this test point here. I put a little dot by it so I know which one. So this is a sync pulse every sweep, and so I'm triggering on that. And then the video output's over here on the video amplifier card, which is back here. And I'm getting a video signal here. So just requires the two, no magic.